Let's go. Let me grab a thing. All right. Oh, time to get set up, guys. Who's here? What's up, Joshua? What's up? What's up? I gotta finish getting set up. So usually this is the part of the stream that takes me the part that puts me late starting the streams is setting up this laptop. So I don't know if you guys realize, but setting up a laptop in the gym is not like convenient. But I can't leave it here overnight, obviously. So, all right. You know, it probably wouldn't go anywhere, to be honest. This gym is pretty well, it's pretty good at not having things disappear when you forget them. People have left AirPods and all kinds of really like Beats here, and they've never really disappeared. So honestly, I could probably leave my laptop here, and it probably would still be here in the morning. I'm not going to, but I could. That's the power of having a check-in, check-out system like we do. Everybody that comes in here, you know, is pretty honest about being in here, you know. What's up? What's up? All right, let me get the chat up because I can't read anything from this distance. It doesn't look far from me, but it's pretty far when it's on the screen like it is. So, give me 1 second, guys. All right. Bear with me 2 more seconds. We're getting set up. Nothing about this is fast, all right? This is the part you guys don't see usually. I'm doing all this setup before we start. But tonight I'm doing it while we're running because I was running late. So, all right, we're good to go. It's not an entire recording studio, all right? All right. I'm glad you look forward to it. All right, let's grab it. All right, 155, you guys know the deal. Quick set of 7 to get warm. Usually, so my setup pretty much entails tripod, phone, laptop. Like those, that's my setup, right? What's up, hero? It's very, very minimal. Once in a while I'll have an extra item going, but usually it's pretty minimal setup. Feeling way better than yesterday. Way better than yesterday. All right, let me grab some of this milk. I wore this to the gym. I just haven't taken it off yet. Yes, I'm married. Yeah, yesterday I definitely felt tired. So we still managed to go up to 340 yesterday pretty relatively easily, even tired. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. But definitely felt it yesterday. I slept super good though. Yes and no, I would say, Thunder. Yes and no. That's not I would say you can get steel to bend at that point, but are you bending the steel would be the question, right? 225, we're gonna grab this for a quick triple, and then you guys know how it goes. We're just gonna keep climbing until it doesn't feel good. So my PR is 355 there. Squat fail with 800. Which one, Thunder? Who had a 800-pound squat fail? The giraffes are spreading. The giraffes are spreading. What's up, Patrick? %, John. Gotta stay dedicated. No, it's not cold. It's not cold. I wore the jacket to the gym, and actually, it's a very comfy jacket. It's like being in a sleeping bag almost. I love this jacket. So I tend to leave it on for a little while I warm up. It just feels good. Honestly, that's all it is. And it's never pre-recorded. Milk, whole milk is in the big milk bottle. Looks edited? Well, if this looks edited, I must be doing really well with this live stream. There's near zero setup involved. In fact, I managed to break my tripod. It is partially broken, but it's holding together. So almost 1.5 gallons of milk. Yeah, I know the questions in advance, Bryn. That's what's going on. I'm actually psychic. I'll tell you what, if you ever come across a streamer that's good enough to answer the questions in advance of the stream dropping from the chat, he deserves to pre-record his streams because he's psychic. All right? Now, I do pretty well with my milk consumption. I drink the milk for calories, fats, carbohydrates, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're warming up right now. We're warming up right now. Yeah, I don't understand where the pre-recording thing comes in. We've had a couple people come in and try and figure out if we're pre-recorded. I haven't figured out why that's such a hot topic. I run this gym. I don't own the gym, but I run this gym. I'm the manager. All right, let's grab this. Just 245, nice and light. Still getting warmed up. I could pre-record the video, then take a video of the video. I don't know if that works that way. That seems like way more effort than just being live. It seems like way more effort than just being live. Why would I put that much more effort into a video? I don't understand. If I'm gonna pre-record the workout, why would that? Hold on. So really, wouldn't pre-recording a gym workout and then recording behind it with audio while I'm doing the live be more effort? Be more effort? What's up, Suri? No, I'm in South Carolina. I'm not in Florida. I'm in South Carolina. Hey, YM's in the chat. Look at that. All right. I've never been to Florida. I don't even know if I've ever driven through Florida. I've driven through Georgia. I've been to Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, of course in Texas. Never Florida. I don't know if I've ever been in Florida. Florida is not one of the states I've traveled to. So I've traveled to a lot of states, but not Florida. Little too far down for me. I haven't gone that far. I'm in South Carolina, but you know, I usually don't travel much. So no, I've never been to Disney World. Not my big. All right, let's see. So hear me out, Bryn. We know that I've never seen like 99% of the Disney movies, right? So Disney World really wasn't on my list of things I needed to do, honestly. So I wouldn't know half of what's going on. Like I guess that's something if you're big into Disney movies, you'd want to go do that. The wife does like Disney, yes. I don't know that she'd be big on Disney World, though. I'm sure she'd enjoy it, but we're not big theme park people. All right. Let's get it in. I don't know that I would try lemur. No, I have a pretty good life. I do a lot of things. I just don't travel. I don't really want to travel much, I'll be honest. All right, 3:15, last warm-up rep of the night. Let's get it in. Feel good? Just really good recovery time. I have a really solid recovery. Like my food's on point, my sleep's on point normally, and the type of lifting I do. So the volume over the week rather than all in one workout helps as well. So is there any meat? I don't do frogs. I won't eat frog. I just like frogs. There's not afraid of frog meat. I really like frogs and toads. They're my favorite animals. So, all right, see you, hero. Powerlifting, Ben, powerlifting. I don't doubt that they probably taste really good. Don't get me wrong. But I just wouldn't, I like frogs a lot. I want to say that's probably one of the only animals I wouldn't give a shot. Ooh. All right, we're gonna go up. We're gonna go 325 for the next one. Creatine's a great assist. Great assist. It's great for recovery, great for building strength and muscle. I take creatine personally, so Can't make a recommendation for you, but I personally take it. So we'll be hitting it within the next couple months for sure. We'll be getting there. We're bulking a lot between now and then, so I think it'll come a lot quicker than we think. Hold on, guys. I honestly, David, I don't remember. This time last year, I have no clue, I'm gonna be honest. Because I think this time last year I was, I don't even know if I was active. I was competing, but I don't know if I had a competition this time last year. I'd have to go back and look. I have it somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure it's great. Protein that people ignore, actually. I weigh 175. A protein that people ignore a lot, actually, and I think it's because there's a stigma behind eating it at this point. Rabbit. Rabbit's like super protein dense. You actually have to be careful when eating it because of how protein dense it is. So, because a small amount is a lot of protein. They're very, very, very lean. Salmon is a dense protein, yes. Calorie to protein density, salmon is a very dense protein, very, very lean meat. Thing about fish, though, is you can't eat fish, constantly because of mercury content and other things. You can't eat fish on a routine basis, no more than, I think right now the recommendation is like twice a week. So. I've never had the inkling to try goose, so I don't know, Bryn, actually. That's about right. David's got it on point. All right. All right, let me grab this 325 real quick. Yeah, I was a corrections officer, Brent, for about a year. We have a lot of geese near where I'm at, and they're aggressive. People don't realize geese are aggressive. I don't have like a specific ab routine random. I have visible abs at all times, even during the bulk. But once you get to a certain point, like abs by themselves, not super necessary, like not their own workout, right? I mostly get my ab work through my other compound lifts, not really focusing abs by themselves. I was a corrections officer. There's a difference between like a street cop and a prison guard. You don't have the same, it's not like a one-for-one certification. Like what a prison guard can do doesn't mirror what a street cop can do, right? So like a prison guard only has like arrest powers in the prison or when escorting prisoners. So like a prison guard can't go down the street and arrest somebody, right? If they see something bad happening. That's not part of what they're allowed to do. Does that make sense? But like a street cop can't walk into a prison and arrest a prison guard, actually. That's one of the crazy things. Like in order for a CO, a corrections officer, to be arrested, it has to be done by, they have they have a police force in the prison. That's like it's like the secret police of the prison, right? So they're like the investigations unit for prison guards. So if a prison guard does something wrong, they have to be arrested by the prison, by the corrections facility or the headquarters for the corrections facility before they get handed over to the actual county or whatever else, or the state, and then processed. So they actually have to be vaguely arrested and fired from the prison before they're processed by any other officers. So we didn't really have to do that too much. We didn't do any investigative work like as COs. We had to learn a lot of that stuff, but it's not something you deal with often, Bryn. Did I have to beat people up? Not really, Thunder. We had to learn to do that, but we didn't have to employ it all the time, no. What's up, Worldwide? It just depends on the weight. I don't know. Depends on the weight. That was 325. We're going to go up a little bit. Let's go 330 for the next one. 330 for the next one. I got to grab another small plate. Hold on. Another small plate. Yeah, it's being a prison guard was interesting, but there wasn't. It's not like everybody thinks it is, right? It's very. The TV shows make it out to be more than it is. So. Did I ever get? No, I managed to get by pretty well in the prison as a guard, Bryn. No one really bothered me. No one really bothered me. I was left alone for the most part. Proper sleep and nutrition are always going to be my biggest items, Thunder. If you don't sleep well and you don't eat well, you're not going to recover. I am not currently in corrections, no. Because I'm a full-time fitness coach and I manage this gym. That's what I actually like to do. Prison guard was more of a transitional job for me. It's just something to do. But honestly, it's who was that said that? Random. That is the pay. I'd be taking a pay cut to go back, but it wasn't terrible. So, there's not like a constant threat of being attacked when working as. I mean, there's a constant threat of being attacked working as a prison guard, but it's a low level thing, right? It's not a lot of people getting attacked constantly as far as guards, right? When it happens, it can be severe. And I worked at a maximum security prison, so the max here in South Carolina. I worked at the max. I also worked with older gang members, not like old, but like people that were more established, like in their late 20s and their 30s, because that's older for a gang member. So 20s and 30s that are kind of already established. They didn't have to be all uppity all the time and try and get in people's faces and make a point, right? They kind of already had proven their gig. So when you got with the younger guys in the other block, because they were separate, you had a little bit more rowdiness, but they were younger. So I was at the maximum for this state. So I was at the maximum level for South Carolina state prisons. So we housed, long-term stay people. We housed anybody that committed a crime that required them to be locked up for 7+ years. 175, 511. We also housed, the death row house like that. We had death row at the prison that I was at. Never any of that happening while I was there because it was kind of at a stay. It was kind of at a standstill. But we did house it. Like it was right down the block. We could see the doors that led to it. So. Let me grab this real quick, guys. Yes, they do. We actually have, they still do the chair, they do the injection, and they do the other one. They do the squat. So, not while I was there. All right, let's grab it. 315, 320, 325, 330, 330, guys. Let's get it. Let's go. Felt good. Yeah, we had all of that. None of it happened while I was there, because there was a stay on that stuff for a little while, but South Carolina is definitely a state that does that. Yeah, there's a lot of states that have it. No, that wasn't that wouldn't be where I was at. Oh. No, we didn't have any of that while I was there. Max. That wasn't part of my gig. I didn't work that unit either. So it was on our facility. We could see the unit. We could see the inmates that were part of that unit, but we didn't necessarily always have to work the unit, right? So. More weight, 335. Now my legs are doing well, Saray, actually. My legs are doing well. Specifically for me, actually. He came to visit me specifically. It was really weird. I was like, why? Why me? Because this is worrying. You didn't have that, and we had basically saber red like mace. That's what we had. Eat properly, lift heavy. Those are going to be your two major items. As long as you're lifting heavy enough and you're lifting the right frequency and you're eating enough calories and protein, your carbohydrates are timed well, you can lift it. How's it going, Michael? The chat's moving quick, man. I try and catch all the messages. So, burpees, worst exercise. The value to energy expenditure is terrible. All right. 335 is next, guys. No, just mace. We just had like you know, pepper spray, like really strong pepper spray. That's all we had was really strong pepper spray. All right, let's grab it. Ah, 335 moving good. We didn't have those, Thunder. Those weren't part of our thing. We had keys and pepper spray and a radio. Yeah, we're having fun tonight. This weight's moving good. This weight's moving good. So, way better than yesterday. I feel way more awake than yesterday. So, but I also didn't have to show up for jury duty, you know? So, oh. Well then 120. If your cap's 120, then 120, John. I think you meant weighted pull-ups. You got to eat, Mike. It's all about putting in more calories, man. You just got to figure out where you're lacking. If your protein's not high enough, then you need to increase your protein intake. If you notice you're not eating as many fats as you need to, then you need to increase your fat intake or your carb intake. Like mine is my cheat code is the milk, right? This is 900 calories per bottle. So that's how I get a lot of my calories. No, I do not ice bath. I was probably autocorrect, I imagine. It was probably autocorrect. Yeah, well, this bottle is 900 calories. Drink one every workout. We drink a whole bottle. 900 calories, 80 grams of protein. It's about $5 here. So I get it for about $5 on average. Some are a little bit more, some are a little bit less at different stores, but $5 on average for this bottle. So it's Fairlife whole milk. Fairlife whole milk. That's what I drink. If you can't handle milk, though, if you're not good with dairy, then be careful. She's probably here. She's probably just in the background, Thunder. Bryn, I think Brit's go to. I think the first craving food Brit ever had was waffles. Not even like good waffles either. She only wanted like freezer waffles, like Eggo freezer waffles. Like that was her go-to. Like she doesn't eat them anymore, but that was definitely like her first craving food for her first child was Eggo waffles and peanut butter. Eggo waffles and peanut. I don't think combined though. I think they were separate, but. All right, let's grab this. No sponsorship from Fairlife yet. No sponsorship from Fairlife. Fairlife is a fairly big company that actually like owns Fairlife, so I think it'll take a while to hear back from them. Because I think Coca-Cola Company owns Fairlife now, but I'm not 100%. Not 100% on that. Thunderlord's pregnant? Is this canon now? Is this canon in the chat? Have I sold any eggs? I keep my eggs. I've got a whole bin of them at the house. All right, let's grab it. What did I say? 340? Oh, let me double check before I grab it. 340. 340 is what we got on here. That's canon in chat now. It's canon in chat. Congrats, Thunderlord. 340. Let's get it. Woo-wee! Felt good. I'm very lean. I don't have a lot of body fat. I don't have a lot of body fat. I'm very lean. Britt should be joining the chat any second here. I have a feeling Britt's going to be in the chat any second, by the way, guys. Ugh. What's up, Eli? Welcome back. All right, that was 340. We don't have a spotter tonight. Actually, the gym is empty early tonight. Usually by this time we still have one person in here, so there's no one here. I appreciate it, Worldwide, as always. I appreciate it. Oh, all right. Let's go back to 315 and we'll play around with 315 for a little while. What you guys think? At some point tomorrow, I'm hoping tomorrow, well, we'll see. Probably tomorrow, we've got a PR day coming. So, ugh. Lift heavy, you'll pay for it later. I'm doing pretty well. XRP. I'm doing pretty well. I'll pay for lifting heavy with being a little bit larger, right? And then you can pay for the red 40 or whatever else everybody else is consuming on a daily basis. Like, appreciate it, RP. Appreciate it. I will do. Heavy lifting's great as long as you do it properly. It's the best pre-workout. Yeah, I have no artificial. That's one of the things I don't consume, guys. If you guys weren't aware, I don't need any artificial colors. Zero artificial colors. Here to learn. These are the workout streams. We do once in a blue moon. I do a instructional video. If you're interested in how to bench, I have some how to bench videos already out. Those are very, very much. They're very good instructional videos on how to bench. So. I appreciate you being here, Knight. All right, let me remove this guy real quick. $355 is my PR at the moment. We're back down to 315 though, guys. We got some lighter weight on the bar. So we got some lighter weight on the bar. No, Bryn. Actually, way worse. I can't explain what it is on the stream, Bryn. But yeah, I mean, if you want to follow David's advice and Google it, I don't. You're not going to like what you get. Yeah. No, it's bad. Whatever you do, do not hit images. All right, it's And don't Google it in public. I have no end game goal. I have no end game goal for weightlifting. It's just more every day. Nice, rich guy. Solid work. How's it going, ProDoc? All right, we're gonna grab this 315. Play around with it a little bit. Have a good time. Have a good time. Nothing major. I don't fry fish actually. I don't eat any fried foods. Air fried sometimes, but no deep frying, no oil. If I have any kind of fats in my pan, it's always butter. So I don't do any vegetable oils. I don't do any vegetable oils. So deep frying is not on my list. I had to put my legs down for the third one, guys, but we got it. I really wanted the third one, Larson. I've never done a triple Larson 315. I really wanted that. No, I was aware of where I needed to throw my feet down, David. I get it though. I get it though. I don't eat any cheat meals, Ryan. No cheat meals at all. Probably a shoulder issue though. If you're doing well on the preacher, or on the machine, as far as like a chest press, if you're doing well on dumbbells, you said dumbbells? That's a little odd. Usually if you push heavy on dumbbells and you can push heavy on like a chest press machine, your bench should be relatively okay. It could be a shoulder imbalance. You may not have really strong shoulders, could be. That'd be unlikely. Depends on how you're pushing your dumbbells though and what weight, honestly. So. We already went up to 340 tonight, David M. So. All right, grab some more of these. Let's grab some more of these. Does it make you nervous, Random? Does it make you nervous? Ugh. All right, let's grab it. Yeah, the likes and subscribes, they help a lot, guys. They help a lot. They do. And don't forget, we do a subscriber special every 1,000. So right now, it's every 1,000 subscribers. We do a subscriber special. At some point, we'll have to increase that threshold, right? But right now, for once we hit every threshold of 1,000 subscribers, we do a subscriber special with some kind of crazy challenge. or some kind of interesting thing. I think last time we did the rock climbing special. We've done the 2,000 push-ups, or was it 1,000 push-ups for one of them. We did the rock climbing, I think. There's a few other ones, but. You don't have to go anywhere, Bryn. Everybody enjoys your company, Bryn. I'm surprised Britt isn't here yet. I think she probably is, and she's just not talking. Because I saw she's playing a game. I got a notification that she launched a game. So she's definitely able to see the stream. I know she's here. She's just hiding. Yeah, most likely she's just laughing in the background. She might also be working on Jay's emote. That's a possibility. I'll let her know she left you out to dry tonight. Don't worry. All right, let me grab this. Ugh. I'm sure they'll be here. Jay's probably already here, and Mossberg might be as well. They like to hide in the background sometimes. Bench press is always going to be my favorite. They'll get in here just to gulag you. Don't worry. Now remember, Jay could be anybody, right? Jay changes his name to hide from us, all right? So Jay could be anybody. I do not drink, no. I do not drink. Not a drinker. That's true, Brent. He would still be blue. He does change his name, though. He does hide out in the background. They'll pop in at some point. We started about 10 minutes earlier than usual, and Jay usually gets in here about an hour in, so I'm sure Jay will be here. Mossberg just might be busy. I know he's got his car he's working on, so. He's got his car he's working on, so. The shorts are going well. I used to do a lot more shorts. I throw them out about once every other day. I do a short, so. I've got some long form content coming, by the way, guys. You guys are gonna like it. I have a day of eating video I've been working on. So you guys are gonna get to follow me through an entire day's worth of eating. That's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited about that one. People were asking me for that one early on in the streams. So, but we got that coming. We got some more of the like going to different gyms and maxing out all their equipment. So one of those will be coming up again. We already did Planet Fitness. So. I appreciate it, worldwide. I like making the shorts. The shorts are fun. They're quick. They're easy. They're usually pretty entertaining, I feel like, at least. So that's Secret J. That's Secret J right there. All right, let me grab this, guys. Let me grab this. I see that talk to Texas is not doing you well today. No, Soda Town Showdown. This was the last meet we did, the one that I did recently. So Soda Town Showdown. That's what Columbia is. So our capital city here in South Carolina is Columbia. It's called Cola City. So Cola City, Soda Town Showdown. "100% Tim, that's the only reason we showed up there, right?" You know, I had someone get angry about that video, actually. I had someone get upset about that video. Hold on. It was I can't remember the name. It was a person that used to watch the streams, got really upset about that video, assuming that the reason I did that was to make people feel bad about going to Planet Fitness. That wasn't the purpose at all. So it wasn't the purpose at all. I threw some advice out for you earlier. You might have missed it. We'll talk more about that towards the end. All right, let me grab this 315 again, guys. I need to grab some more weight. Can't go cold, all right? Yeah, I don't do any deep frying at all. We don't do 10 reps here. There's no reason to do 10 reps here. You'll never see me doing 10 reps of nothing. I mean, maybe some calisthenics as challenges, but no 10 reps. We don't do no 10 reps. This is a strength focused workout, always. All right, was it 3, 4, 5? We got 2 more reps to get here, 2 more reps to get here. So calisthenics are great if you're just starting out, but your heavy compounds are your best way to get strong. You know, your benches, your curls, your shoulder presses, your rows, like your standard lifts are always going to be your bread and butter for strength. Yes, I almost always get enough 8+ hours of sleep. Nothing over 7 reps. What is that? AO? Nothing over 7 reps for me. I'm doing pretty well with my routine, I'll say. So. Oh, Big Papa's back. It's been a long time. What's up, Big Papa? Okay, you do 12 reps, yep. I have no end game goal for my bench, just more all the time. This is like 142.5 kilos or something right now, something like that. A little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. I don't get what you're asking. Maybe I'm misreading what you're saying. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know if that would be an entertaining stream. Maybe a long form video, but not an entertaining stream. £315, yes. Push-pull leg's a good workout split. So Finish. You said fishing. Go back and read your own chat before you put me under fire. Okay. I want you to go back and read what you said. You said fishing. All right. Why not both? All right. I don't drink and I don't smoke, so I'm not the person to ask. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions while I'm benching tonight. This is a lot of chat for bench time. Usually we don't get this much chat till later. All right, let's grab this. We got 2 more reps to get. 2 more reps to get. This is lightweight. This is lightweight, guys. This is lightweight. Hold on. Make sure they're seated. They tend to wiggle a little bit. Oh. I got a little unbalanced early on. I had to put the legs back down, but we were good. Yeah, definitely narrow grip. A long pause on that last one too. Since I got unbalanced and had to put my feet back down, I decided the long pause was the way to go. My narrow grip is how I always bench. I'm sure I can move a couple extra pounds if I went a little wider, but we're good up to about, so my PR right now is 355. We're going to go for 360 tomorrow, I believe. So maybe 365. Nice, Papa. So. All right, but that is bench for the night. We went up to 340 tonight. So felt pretty good. And now we've got biceps. So we're going to do preachers. We've been benching for the better part of an hour. Yes, I'm natural. I've done them, John. We've done them by request. Was it David? Were you the one that wanted us to do meadow rows at one point? Who was that? Or was that Martin? We do a full upper body every single day heavy, Ryan. Full upper body every single day heavy. Yeah, we're gonna do machine preacher. They're just great. They're just great. Hold on, I think I missed some stuff. Lifetime natural. It only counts if you're lifetime natural. You can't, once you break natty, you're no longer natty, all right? Yeah, we've done well over 130. We've done well over 130 on the Olympic barbell. We've done a strict, I've been to like 155, I think, at one point. Against a wall, I have a video on it somewhere, but 165 with a cheat. So 165 with a cheat. I weigh 175. I weigh 175 and I'm 5'11". I'm 30 years old. So it's not quite how it works. Yeah, once you break the natty tag, you can't really get it back. I mean, to each their own. If you wanna break it, but oh yeah, they're all gonna freak out once they see how I do my my preacher machine, right? We got like 130 on here right now. We're gonna grab this for 7. Yes, I've only been working out since I was 25. So I've only been working out for 5 years. I've had some supplement sponsors in the past, yes. $355, Brian, but yeah, close. We could definitely get 360 right now. It's all about strength. It's the only thing we're about here. So, supplement sponsors. At one point, I've had a protein bar at one point that I was associated with. I don't know if I call it a sponsorship, but I had a protein bar at one point. They were okay. I didn't really like them that much, so I didn't really. I tried them. They sent me a bunch of boxes for free to try and do whatever with, but I didn't really like them. They weren't bad, but they weren't amazing. And then I don't even remember the name of that brand. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if they're still around. And then C4. I was an affiliate with C4 at one point. I was part of their affiliate program, and then I think technically I still am a C4 affiliate. I haven't used any of their stuff in a while, but I'm still a C4 affiliate. I think technically. I don't know. And then. If you guys have probably never heard of this, but I was an affiliate for Dot Fit. If you guys have ever heard of Dot Fit, so hold on. Power rest of the cell. All right, let me grab this. We got 145 on here now. I've only been working out for 5 years. I wasn't even like working out at all before 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I've said this a few times, but 5 years ago, I was 117 pounds, I think, is what the weigh-in was. I have to go back and look, but 117 pounds is, and obviously I'm 5'11", and my bench was 75 pounds. So 117 pound body weight with a 75 pound bench. In 5 years, I've gone from a 75 pound bench to a 355 pound bench, and I've gone from 117 pound body weight to 175 pound body weight with my program. So. All right, let me grab this. And that's natural as well. All right, let's grab it. Felt good. Height and weight, height and personality, yeah, generally not associated. Whoa. 175 for the next one, guys. 175 for the next one. I am not Canadian. What's up, rich guy? I am very American, very United States specifically, very American. Most people, I would say most people with the supplements, you know, the extracurricular supplements, it outweighs it in their head. Like, because I've talked to a few people over the last few years that are like on the cusp, like they're deciding. I have Scottish Irish heritage, mostly Scottish. That's where the red in the beard comes from. But the ones that are like on the edge, I've had a lot of them approach me and ask me. I always tell them the same thing. I don't have any experience with it. I know of it and I know how it works for my, you know, line of work, but I always recommend them against it, right? Especially considering most of them aren't doing everything correctly anyways. But they're always like trying to find more benefits because they want it to outweigh the risks. It almost never does. So all right, we got 175. Let's get it. Just for like a double or a three. Woo-wee! I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Hate reps. All right, we're gonna go. Let's grab the full brick. Let's try the full brick. We're a little spent, but let's try the full brick. What's that, Bryn? Ugh. I've never heard anybody say good night as a greeting outside of this stream. So I wouldn't say I have like, I mean, you've got your legends, right? You've got your, you know, your Ronnie Coleman's and, you know, Chris Bumstead. Like, you got the legends. I'm a power lifter. I tend towards powerlifting. So yes, I included the bar on that CD. Create a natty verse. I don't know what you're talking about, Unified. Whereas specifically what we're doing, preacher curls. It was on a Smith machine CD when I first started benching. So when I walked into the gym, I wasn't doing a lot. All right, that's 5 years ago. We don't do anything to failure. No. We're winners here. Why would we train to fail? We only train to win here, all right? I mean, Arnold's a legend, yeah. 25 years old when I started. I'm 30 now. I'm 30 now. All right. We got the full brick here. We're gonna see how it moves. This full brick does fight us from time to time. It gets a little heavy. I think we'll be all right though. It's 210. It's 210. I mean, yes, it is tech. I wouldn't say it's failure. If you get it, does it count as failure, Brent? If you get it, does it count as failure? That's a success to me. So, all right, let's see. Let's get it. 210. How's it going, John? Oh yeah, we were just tapping it out for one real quick. That's all we were doing. We're not doing a full brick for preachers tonight, for reps at least. All right, we've got dumbbell shoulders, so we're gonna do that now. Where's my good bench? I'm gonna go get my good bench, guys. I'll be right back. I don't like this one as much. It's just not as nice a pad. The pad's better kept, but it's not as nice. So hold on. Here it is. Here it is. I've competed with a few different ones. Right now it's the APL. USA Powerlifting. USA Powerlifting. It's the best one in my area. I used to compete in a few different ones, some local ones. But USA Powerlifting is always going to be your big one. No interest in professional arm wrestling. I'm gonna be honest. So, all right. It'd probably be fun to try, to play around with it, but nothing I do is like a profession. All right, shoulder press. Shoulder press. No, not in particular. Hold on, what's going on? All right, let's grab it. Let's grab it. We'll grab 55s to warm up. 55s to warm up. All right, let's go. Yep. 55s going overhead. Going overhead. 300 grams of protein a day. 300 grams of protein a day. All right. All right, set of 7. Set of 7. It's very late. It's after midnight here. All right. Yeah, I've competed with a few different federations. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Brent rolling out. All right, see you, Brent. Have a good one. All right, let's grab some more weight, guys. Let's grab some more weight. We're gonna grab 70s next. We're gonna grab the 70s next and throw those overhead, and then we'll see what we're doing next after that. All right, 70s. Yeah. All right, we got the 70 pounders. I'm gonna throw these overhead for a few reps. And then we should be good and done warmed up. So. We got some time between now and when the next meet. I think it's in the next one I have planned is like 2 months out right now. So I appreciate it, Tyler Kobe. Do I have any rivals? I don't really have any rivals in powerlifting. Personally, I just enjoy showing up and lifting weight. When I first started, it was like 5 days a week. We alternate throughout the year, Bob, Powerlifter Bob. We alternate throughout the year. Some meets we do push-pull, some meets we do full power. It just depends on the meet. This one I did push-pull. I think the next one we'll be doing full power. Of course, when we go to state, like we did last year, we'll do full power. So. It's here, it's here. You can actually see the red bottle right back over here. It's here with me. There's the milk. Ugh. Why are we talking crap in the chat, Egregious? What's going on? That's not cool. It's not cool. It doesn't got to be all that. Let me look at this. Let me see how bad this is. Hold on, because we don't talk crap to other people. We talk crap to me specifically. All right. Hold on. We're not going to do all that. No reason for it, Egregious. No reason for it. Look how quick he can get gone. Just like that. If you're going to talk shit, you come talk shit to me, you know? South Carolina. I'm from the U.S., South Carolina. Oh, we reserve trash talk for me, all right? That's the only person we're allowed to come for, right? So. All right, let's grab the next one. We did 70s for 7. Let's grab 85 for 3, and then we'll climb from there. We'll climb from there. 85 for 3 on the next one. What y'all think? Let me put these 70s up real quick. The 70 for 7 felt pretty good though. So, yep. All right, we're gonna grab the 85s for 3. No, you're good, Tim. Yeah, we're always bulking. We're always bulking. I have visible abs, mind you guys. I have visible abs even on the bulk. So I don't have a lot of body fat. It's very minimal levels of body fat. Ugh. All right, let me grab these 85s. Nice, John, nice. All right. Yeah, I said on my bulks, I usually get between 10 and 13%. That's a good estimate. I'm probably between there right now. I say 13 is definitely a possibility right now. But I'm probably slightly less than that. I might be 11. I'm 2% milk, yeah. 4% actually. Whole milk is 4%, all right? So I'm 4% milk, all right? What's up, Eric? All right, let's get this. All right, 85s for 3 overhead press. Let's get it, guys. Yep. Whew. Hold on, guys. %2 milk. Hold on. Oop, there we go. Trying to set something up. All right. You think so, Jacob? Why is that? What's your dumbbell press, Jacob? We've gone up to 100 for a single, mind you. I could get that for more reps, but that's a good set, though. 10 at 85 is solid work, Jacob. Don't challenge me, though. Don't challenge me. But I've definitely done the hundos, so. All right. We got to get a single in here, guys. Let me grab my milk, and then we'll contemplate what single we're going to hit. We might do 90, 95. I don't know yet. So. Yeah, don't challenge me, Jacob. Don't challenge me. 70s for 20 is good work, too. That's all heavy work. Y'all are doing good. Y'all are doing good. It's been going good. How you been, Jacob? How you been? I do love barbell shoulder press. I do love barbell shoulder press. Sometimes it be like that. Push-ups aren't bad. Push-ups aren't bad. This bench is doing quite well. All right. This is this bench has had years of conditioning. All right. Years of conditioning. Much weight has been moved on this bench. All right. Yeah, it's, I've always heard 4%. It's like the general rule of thumb. Milk is going to be, or whole milk is generally going to be 4%. That's whole fat. But I'm sure it ranges. I don't typically do cardio, no. All right, what are we doing next? Let me grab my milk, and then we'll grab, we'll do like, what do y'all want to do? Like 90s, 95s? 90, 95. I'm thinking 95s. Let's keep the chat clean. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I'm natural, but we're also going to keep the chat clean. We're not going to do that. I'm running a tight ship here. All right. No, we won't do that. We won't do high reps. That doesn't make any sense, Google. Why would I do that? Sounds like a terrible, terrible game plan. All right, let me grab these 95s. So we're going to grab it for 1, 2 reps. I don't know yet. So 1 or 2 reps at 95. Let me grab them. I'll be right back. We're powerlifting. It wouldn't make any sense for me to go high reps right now. Strength. It's a strength focus. It's a strength focus. A lot of people don't realize too, when I say strength focus, I've got a pretty solid cut going on. Like I have abs visible, right? I have a, it sounds conceited to say it. I have a pretty good physique. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't like that portion of streaming as much. You know, advertisers aren't super friendly with that. So I can't do like a physique show. I mean, I could. I think it falls within the guidelines, but I don't want to risk it. So we're always building. We're always building. So, but I've got a pretty cut physique. It's just I do strength focus. With strength movement comes muscle growth. You're not going to get one without the other. It's just not how it works. It's just the type of like the rate at which you're going to build the muscle and things along those change, you know? The type of muscle you're going to build, you know? All right. But I'm going to grab these 95s. We can get into that in a moment because I want to get these 95s going before I start to get cold. So I don't know, up to 3 reps, but we're going to go for a single and just see how it feels. I sleep very well, like 8 to 10 hours a day. All right, these are the 95s. We're going to go ahead and grab these and move on from here. After this, we've got some rows to hit. So we're probably going to do barbell rows tonight, I imagine. So the 95ers. Yep, let's go. Whoo-wee! Yep, one more, triple, let's go. Yep. Woo. Ah. Felt good. 95 for 3. So. Ugh. No, yeah, I don't ever plan on switching it, but at one point, people were asking, was I ever going to do a bodybuilding show and move away from powerlifting? Probably not. So, probably not. I might do a show down the line for the giggles, but when I do something, I go all in. So it's something I have to dedicate myself to. So not really into bodybuilding as I am into strength sport. Bodybuilding obviously is a strength sport, but it's the show. It's more of a show, you know. Yeah, Larry Wills is a beast. He's a beast. I think I saw something the other day. He was talking about the fact, that by the time he was like 22 years old, he had already set his first record on bench at like 600 pounds. Obviously, he had already been training for a while pre that, I imagine. But that's just absurd amounts of weight to be moving at that age, let alone, you know, setting a record. So Larry Wheels is built like that. Larry Wheels is built like that. All right. We got barbell rows next. Barbell rows next. And then and we'll figure out what we're doing from there, right? I think did he do an interview about that? About when he went off of the gear he was on? I know he said, if I'm not mistaken, I've at least heard that he lost a significant amount with going off of gear, and that he went back on. So, but I don't know the truth behind that. I've only heard about it. I haven't actually looked into his personal recollection of the whole thing. And I know it sounds like, oh, you're giving people too much faith, right? But, or too much credit maybe. 355 is my PR on the bench right now. But I always give people benefit of the doubt, right? Even the professionals that you know, like 9 out of 10 times, they're not telling you the full truth, right? I give them benefit of the doubt, right? Professional bodybuilders, you know, almost all of them are on something, but until I can prove it, I'm going to take their word for it. So I have no reason to care if they're on or off. Here's my thought process on it, right? Whether they're on gear or off gear, right? Whether they're on gear or off gear, it's still strength. It's still strength. It's still size, right? If I want to outbench somebody, I can't, you know, be like, oh, I'm going to outbench him, but only if he comes off of like gear. No. If I want to outbench somebody, I got to train to outbench him regardless of what he's taking, right? There's the expectation is can't walk around life expecting other people not to take advantages, right? So that if you walk around life and just upset other people are taking advantages, you're never going to do much. Is that what it was to compete in arm wrestling? Yeah, and you're not incorrect. If he went off, if he completely tapered off of like test, all of his other stuff, right? He would most likely need to be on some low dose to maintain his needed actual natural level of test. Because once you've been on for a certain period of time, it's near impossible to be off completely because your body stops producing it as efficiently as it did prior to going on, especially if you've been doing it for a long time. It is definitely a part of the sport. I don't blame anybody for doing it. There's powerlifters that compete in tested federations that we know are using and we can't prove it. Like, it's one of those things that you just... Here's my thing. I don't want to use any performance enhancers like that. I don't want to use any gear, you know, and that's a personal choice. But even if I was, it's one of those things of I have a personal policy. I'm not dishonest about anything. I'm 100% truthful, you know, and that gets you in trouble sometimes, but it's just how I live my life. I've had the best results in life from being 100% honest about everything. So, and I've done it both ways. I've been dishonest about things in the past and it never did well by me. Nothing major, but just like small things, you know, and it never made my life any better. So I've had a long running policy of not being dishonest with people about anything, even small stuff. It upsets people from time to time. So but it's one of those things, like, I don't blame them for taking it. It's part of the sport. It really is. Whew. All right, let's grab some more. Let's grab some more. I will say, if you're gonna take that as life advice, guys, if you're gonna take it as life advice, to be honest all the time, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer real quick. It can get you in some tight spots. All right. I say that I wanted to give you all a warning. It's a great way to live. You should be honest, but sometimes you're gonna have to work your way out of sticky situations or with upset people by doing that. Because 100%, I've had some people get upset when I'm brutally honest. And I do it in a nice way. I'm not rude. I just, if someone asks an opinion or someone wants, has something to say, I'm very honest with them and up front. Not everybody appreciates that the same way. So, but I'd rather be honest up front and have you mad at me than lie to you for a week and then you find out anyways and be mad at me, right? So let's get it. All right, 3 Vidine, maybe for a double, a triple, and then we'll work from there. Yeah, I will say right now that strongman is probably the one spot that I've never heard them talk about it. Not that they're being intentionally dishonest. I don't think that necessarily, right? But the fact of the matter is, not the fact of the matter. The point is that that's the only strength sport I've never heard anybody talk about it. No one in the strongman circuits that I've ever talked to or listened to or watched have ever been. I'm sure someone has. I've just never seen it. But I've talked about the prevalence of it, and obviously it's prevalent in all strength sports, right? Anything physique, anything strength, those performance enhancers are prevalent, whether you believe it or not. So. And strongman is definitely one of those performative strength sports, right? So like the general public probably wouldn't receive that information as well as people that are into lifting sports, right? So like powerlifting is a gym rat sport, right? Powerlifting is a gym rat sport. People that watch powerlifting, there's some people that aren't into lifting that love watching powerlifting. But by and large, most people that are into powerlifting watching it also participate, right? They're also at least working out. They may not be powerlifters, but they at least work out to some extent, or they're interested in strength. Strongman is very, very much more in the public eye, which you go to someone in public and you tell them, hey, 40% of strength athletes at a minimum are using performance enhancers, right? I don't know if that's a correct percentage, right? But they'd be like, whoa, that's way more than I thought. And they'd be mind blown. And it's even a little bit like, it'll throw them off. You don't want that for sports that rely on public interest. So Double OG is a big fan of the stream. So big fan of the stream. He's convinced that we're not natty for some reason. He's convinced that we're not natty. It's crazy. Very much a real natty, Double OG. But you can keep coping. You can keep coping, Double OG, as much as you want. As much as you want. I don't know why you have this inkling in your head. I'll take it as a compliment that that it's that unbelievable to you what we're doing. No, it's very normal. We already did curls. We did preachers. Believe it or not, I used to have bad acne, like in general. I just have really good, like, natural hormone levels. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, he's a hater. He's been in here for 2 months hating. So I'm actually 30 years old, believe it or not, Double OG. Yeah, you just gotta do better, I guess. That's the most advice I can give you. Do better. I don't know what to tell you. I'm the only one I have to prove my me, and I have to prove it to the U.S. Powerlifting Federation. But those are the only 2 people that matter when it comes to my natty status, are me and then the Powerlifting Federation that I'm involved with, or the multiple, which are tested federations, mind you. So it's I would imagine that's what it is, RPE. I would imagine that's what it is. Yeah, it's just proper diet. You're going to have some of that. It is. It's very prevalent. It is definitely prevalent. So, yeah, we don't do that, Double OG. You can cope all you want, but it's not going to change my day at all. I've seen his stuff, NPC. It looks like fun. It also looks relatively painful. I don't know that I would ever personally do it for the purpose of actually doing it, but it'd be fun to try it. It'd be fun to try it. We just get a lot of trolls. The lifting live stream is always going to get a lot of trolls. We're not beefing with anybody. We just got one guy in the chat that thinks he's special. Well, I don't know what to tell you, OG. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just built different. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to tell you, WOG. I'm just built different. I'm just built different. In fact, I don't even have one of my organs, and I'm doing just fine, WOG. Not only am I natural, but I'm natural minus a whole organ. I'm missing a whole organ. My chest is pretty large, and my bench matches, but I'm missing a whole organ, and I'm still out lifting you, WOG. How does that make you feel? You don't come into my chat and not have your information to back it up, all right? I do have very, very my skin is very, very like pale. I don't tan very well. So he saw the one arm zit right here, and it's actually a hair. There's actually a hair there that I think it grew, but you saw the one and he's freaking out about it now. I'm just busy, OG. I'm just busy at the moment. Ugh. All right, let's get it. There we go. That second one was the struggle we're looking for. All right, we got triceps next, guys. Triceps. I can't remember if it was 145 or 155 that we strict curled against the wall, but we definitely did one. Somewhere in that ballpark, though. I want to say it was 155. But don't quote me on that until I go back and look. I'm doing just fine, Double OG. Me and my natty status are doing just fine. But you can leave feeling like a winner if you want. I have no problem with that because I'm going to continue living my best life. My life doesn't change based on your assumptions. So, in fact, I would say it's more of a compliment that you're that hard up about me being natty. So, what's that, NPC? We're not doing anything till failure. Nothing till failure, NPC. That's not my gig. Nothing till failure. Not my gig. All strength movement. I appreciate it, though, NPC. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, OG. I'm doing just fine. I have no reason to cycle. My progress is doing well without the enhancement. So, nice, El. That sounds like a lot of cardio. I'm gonna skip on that. That's another thing I don't do. I don't lie. So I want to tell you, Double. I have no reason to. I have no reason to. No, I don't take it off because it's not friendly for the stream. I want to tell you, Double. I would admit it if it was. It's not too. Here's the thing. I want on NPC. You'll see a lot of those videos where people admit to that stuff. They're not going to get prosecuted for saying they do that stuff on a stream or on a video. Selling it, yes. Selling it, yes. But I'm natural. I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them. He doesn't. He doesn't add much to anything generally in this. So 5 years. I've been training for 5 years. So training for 5 years. So but Double OG is just coping in the chat, guys. Just let him cope. He'll go away. Yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. So, what's that, NPC? So it's on pulleys, mind you guys. So when I tell you the weight, obviously it's not the resistance at the handle. So, but the weight, the block itself is 305. The block itself is 305. So. Have a good one, John. Oh, it's definitely a compliment, Daniel. 100%. 100%. Are you talking about the like the skull crusher type thing? Yeah, I've done those, NPC. I've definitely done those. 100%. I like doing them from the bench typically, but. What's up, Josh? How's it going? Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. Yeah, I've done the skull crushers from the floor before with the easy bar. So they're a lot of fun. I love skull crushers. Skull crushers are one of the movements I incorporate every blue moon when I get tired of doing push downs with the ropes. Form's doing great, Double G. In fact, my chest is my shining light. 355 bench, 355 bench at 175 pounds. So my chest must be doing something. I will say that, yeah, skull crushers can be rough on the elbows. So they're not, depends on it. So the two that I just posted are recent medals from this meet. But it was the 2 medals. The rest are throughout the last couple of years. So, but they're all within the last few years. So, they're very natural shoulders. These are all natural shoulders, guys. All natural shoulders. I am going to remove Double OG from the chat at this point because he is spamming it up. He is spamming it up. So we're going to go ahead and give him a little timeout. A little timeout. No. There was no medals for the truck pull. It was a charity truck pull, so it was for a children's charity. But that was just for the fun of it, honestly, and for the charity portion of it. So I do have a video of it. I have to pull the other video because the one that I have on my phone. Oh yeah, I timed him out forever, Mossberg. I just did 100%. 100%. Yeah, I know what I did. He comes in here like once a month or once a week and just spams up the chat with his allegations. So Yeah, it was a fun time. It was a fun time. I think our team, I can't remember how much we raised. It was like, we raised like $800 or $900. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty solid. But there was one team that raised like $1,800 or $2,000. It was crazy. It was a lot of good charity work. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And they do one every year, so I'm going to probably go back next year. Pulling a fire truck, even with a team, is a lot more work than it seems. So 100% Mossberg. They're always upset, right? Always the haters come in here upset. They just think everybody else must be doing what they're doing. And the thing is most people that are on gear can tell when other people are not on gear. So I don't know what he's thinking. Honestly, I have no idea what his thought process is. Yeah, he comes in once a week. He's been coming in once a week for like 2 months. Sometimes twice a week. With the same hate, with the same hate. So, how's it going? Is it Yanni? I think that's Yanni. I'll take it as a compliment, Whistling. I'll take it as a compliment. That guy's accused me of taking every single supplement under the sun. Every single, like, performance enhancer that's ever existed. So that's what it is, Mossberg. That's what it is. Well, so Mossberg, tonight he saw I had a little red spot here where I had a pimple, and he decided that was his sign. He said, "I've never seen someone 30 years old with a zit on their arm." That was all he needed to see. That was all he needed to see. No, I don't get any shoulder pain. I take creatine. Yes, I take creatine. Creatine is something I've been taking for 4 years. He's accused me of taking just about everything you can think of. Yeah, he can't handle the milk content. That's what it is. He can't handle the milk. All the liters. All right. We've got rear delts. No, not that specifically. He's accused me of pretty much everything else, but I don't even know if he knows what that is. I feel like he's relatively new to what he's doing, and he's upset that his gains aren't keeping up with what he's doing. So because I'm lifting more than him, I must be doing something. That's. I made a video on that, how to tell if someone's natty, not natty. And you break it down, there's 2 categories. Are they bigger or are they lift more than me, right? If either answer is yes, then they're not natty. That's how it works generally, right? So we have a pretty hefty member base here. It's just late at night. It's like 1 in the morning. So I would say it's a compliment, yes. All right, where are my 50s? Where's my 55s? These should be the 55s. Why are the 50s down there? All right, let me rack up some weights and then we're going to grab a hold of these. All right, there's my 55. Let's get it. Ooh-wee. Call it the samurai sword. All right, let's grab this other side. Whoo-wee. All right, 55 is getting good. Good and good. I don't know that I have, smart. I just like individualizing it. There's no reason in particular. I just like doing it single-sided. All right, we're gonna grab the 70s and then the 100s. Let me put the 95s back while we're doing this, just so they're not in the way of anything else. I have no idea what my max pull-up count is. I think we did like we did a contest one time where it was like most for like 2 minutes, or I don't remember what it was time-wise, but I've done more than 30 in a row without coming down off the pull-up bar, obviously. I might have like slowed down on a couple of them, but I don't do many things for like a lot of reps. Pull-ups really aren't my gig. I'm good at them. I just it's not a big thing for me. Honestly, if I could trade all my pull-ups for bench press, I would. Bench is my favorite. Bench is my favorite by far. So. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, you gotta work with what you got. Gotta work with what you got. Looks like you might have some company in here in a minute. I bench press for my upper chest. Bench press and shoulder press. So. Oh no, we'll definitely hit that. We're clean bulking right now, actually, as we speak. So, as we speak.
Yes, how you doing?
What's up, boss? Yes, often mainstream. Actually, right now in particular. Woo-wee. Oh, that's supposed to be down here. Whoops. Have a good one, Josh. Have a good one. Why do these weights look different than each other? They're both 55s. They are 55s. All right. We've got one more set of these to hit, guys. So one more set of these to hit. That's all right. Cardio's solid. I'm not a big fan of cardio personally, but it's solid. Cardio is always a good time for everyone else but me. We work really hard to skip cardio here, all right? 100, by the way, 100. I forgot to say what I was doing. Let's grab this, one more set, other side. Shoulder press, I'm a big shoulder press. We did dumbbells today. Always bulking, Mike, always bulking. Woo-wee. All right. Well, that's the weightlifting part of the night. We got some push-ups. We'll do some push-ups. Want to throw some push-ups in? Sounds like a fun time, right? Yes, 6 days a week. Actually, we'll do chest flies. We'll do chest flies. Why not chest flies, guys? Chest flies sound like a good time. Chest fly time. Let's get it. I'm the manager. I don't own it. I manage it. Oh, we're doing chest fly machine. No dumbbells tonight on the chest fly. My main career is fitness coach, guys, just so you know. But I'm like an on-call manager for this gym. I only come here when I have to do like, stuff that needs to get done, if that makes sense. I have like a list of tasks I do every month here. So, all right, let's get it. Oh, full brick, by the way. Let me get my laptop so I can read the chat a little easier. I'll be right back. All right. Laptop achieved, or retrieved. That's what I'm looking for, retrieved. Irish and Scottish, primarily Scottish though, but a good mixture of Irish Scottish. All right, another set of 7. What's that, NPC? Yeah, felt good. Expose more of the chest. I can see that, having it further pressed out. I can see that. Kind of like creating an arch artificially, All right, one more set here, guys. One more set here for a full stack for 7, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right. Woo-wee. So good. That makes sense now, RP? 100%. 100%. Gotcha, NPC, gotcha. Whew, all right. That all felt pretty good. Anything else we want to see tonight, guys? Anything else we want to see tonight? Chest fly, full brick for 3 sets of 7. What else do we want to see tonight, guys? We're not doing any max pull-ups tonight. No, not quite. We can do dips. Dips are doable. We do dips. Want to do dips, guys? I'll do dips tonight. We run some dips. Max dips. That'd be a lot of dips, NPC. It'd be a lot of dips for max dips. I don't know if we're doing that. I want to be able to work it out again tomorrow, so. And I think that might put us on the back foot a bit for bench tomorrow. So. Like 30 something. I've never really done like a pull-ups for like max reps, I'll be honest. Dips were pretty solid though, so we're gonna hit dips real quick. You keep the chat clean. I will clean up the chat if I have to, but keep the chat clean. All right, dips. What kind of dips are we gonna do? Max gallon of milk strength.
I usually drink 1.5 gallons a day, somewhere in that ballpark. Sometimes a gallon, sometimes 1.5 gallons. So. Well, let's grab a set of 7 real quick. We'll warm up our dips for the night, and then we'll work from there. We can do those. We'll do a mix of them. How's it going, Jane? We'll do a set of 7 with a mixture of positions. How about that? How does that sound, guys? Mixture of positions. So we'll start with just like a straight leg down. Legs up. One on the left, one on the right. 1 air time. What's that? 4, 5. We got 2 more. All right, now that we're warmed up. I've been doing it for a long time, AJ. All right. Feel good? Well, what we do some weighted. Want to do some weighted dips, guys? Some weighted dips. I used to do a lot of dips. I used to do dips very often. So. All right, I'm gonna collect some plates, guys. I'm gonna collect some plates for weighted dips. So I'm gonna collect some plates. All right, let's grab some more plates. You don't mind if I grab these gray plates for me, do you? Huh? You don't mind if I grab these? They're easier for dips. We're gonna need a few of these, so we're gonna need a few of these plates. So. All right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit the restroom before we start these dips, guys. So I'll be right back. Wow, we're back. I'm gonna get my belt cinched up here, and then we will move on and get some dips rolling, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? About to have a great day. Great day with the weighted dips. All right, so we're gonna start with 1 plate, and we'll do like a triple, and then we'll go 2 plates, and then we'll go 3 plates, and then we'll go 4 plates. Oh, we're gonna get good depth with them. Don't worry, MPC. My dip is really good. I'm actually really good with dips. Dips is one of my strong suits. So I used to use them as a every other day add-in when I was first trying to climb my bench when it was still in the mid 2s a long time ago. So I mean, I'm always trying to climb my bench, don't get me wrong, but I eventually alternated dips out of my routine. Mostly because they got a little bit too hard to add additional weight to them because the belts aren't big enough. So you only fit so many plates on this belt until it becomes arduous to fit more plates on the belt. It starts to squeeze against your hip. I have no idea what my arm circumference is. I don't measure my arms. Large. I know they have to use the large blood pressure cup, all right, at the doctor. I know that. That was a top tier moment when they had to get a new blood pressure cup. So I go to the gym this late every night. I work 6 days a week. I'm at the gym, guys. 6 days a week. Professional powerlifters. What is my it's my gig, all right? I lift professionally. I get paid to be here. All right, 1 plate, nice and easy for 3. It's out of weight, it's out of plate, go up 90, another 45 pounds. 5 years I've been training. That's all, I mean, I've only been training total for 5 years. I didn't touch a weight really before 5 years ago. About 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours a night I typically work out. Yes, the Discord is up. All right, 2 plates. So we're at 90 pounds here. It's more motivation comes and goes. It's more about being disciplined. You're gonna have days where you don't have good motivation. So yeah, I'll send it in the chat a little bit later. All right, 2 plates, 90 pounds added to the dip. We're gonna grab this for a double, and then we'll do singles for the next, maybe double, singles, triples. I don't know. Let's see how it feels. See how it feels. We go by feel here, right? So, all right, let's get it. Another triple, still feeling nice and easy. So let's add another plate. That's 2 plates down. We're going to a 3rd plate. Yeah, we're gonna add a 3rd plate. You're gonna have times when you're motivated and times when you're not motivated. Motivation comes with results. You have to have discipline before motivation ever becomes a factor, right? Because if you're not disciplined, those times when you're not motivated are gonna ruin all your results. So it's results build motivation, but discipline allows you to get results. So that's your key, right? That's the puzzle. So if you're not disciplined, your motivation will shrink. It'll eventually dissipate, and then you'll mess up. And then you'll lose results, so you won't see results. So I'm 30 years old. All right. Another set. This one's for 3 plates. 3 plates. No, we're gonna add more weight. That's what we do here. Appreciate it though. Powerlifting. It's all about strength here. All about strength here. Strength is low rep, high weight is definitely more functional for sure. So definitely better functional work. High rep is less functional. All right. Strength is always going to be more functional, in my opinion. How often do you have to pick something up 70 times in an hour. Almost never. How many times do you have to pick something up 3 times in an hour that's heavy? Probably every day. So, three plays done and done. Okay, so functional. When we're talking about functional, we're talking about it's good functionally, right? So, hey, what's up? What's up? High reps do not, they build a different type of muscle, NPC. High reps build a different type of muscle. You're just going to be larger, not necessarily stronger. Now, there's different objectives here. That's why most powerlifters, pound for pound especially, but in general, right? If you get a powerlifter and a bodybuilder on a bench, the powerlifter 9 times out of 10, if they're the same body weight, is going to be pushing much more weight than the bodybuilder. But mind you, not only can I bench 355, but I can do 225 for over 20 reps. So, yeah, there's. Have you guys ever seen like the bodybuilders versus like, and I don't mind bodybuilding, so don't get me wrong, but have you guys ever seen like the bodybuilders versus like construction workers? And the bodybuilders, you know, they try to do the same movements that the construction workers are doing, and they have you know, trouble doing the same movements at the same pace as the construction workers. It's because it's not functional. Bodybuilding isn't like functional work. It's definitely for aesthetics. It's good, don't get me wrong, they're strong, but they're not functionally strong. Not as much as someone that does strength specific. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with bodybuilding. It's just, do you preference aesthetics or do you preference being, you know, your strength? What is your preference? So. So, all right. I've got 4 plates attached to me now. You guys can't see them yet, but you will in a second. Yeah, bodybuilding isn't about strength, and that's okay. It's not meant to be about strength. It's meant to be about the aesthetics of it. Now, there are strong bodybuilders. Look at, you know, Ronnie Coleman, right? So. Well, look at the world record bench presser right now, NPC. Look at the world record bench presser, right? Does he have a bodybuilding physique? Does he have a bodybuilding physique? No. Maddox does not have a bodybuilding physique. Julius. He's just short of an 800 comp bench. He would have had 800 in comp. So. All right, 4 plates, we're gonna grab this real quick. 4 plates, we're gonna grab this real quick, and then we'll continue the conversation. All right. Just 4 little plates. Picking these up off the ground was our leg day. Yeah. All right, let's get it. Yeah. Oh, wee.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So when I first met this Chris, he told me that he could do like 345 dips. I honestly thought he was full of shit until he showed me.
Yeah, they're heavy.
So this guy's the real deal. And after watching him do this shit, I'm like, fuck.
It's a fun time.
Can't fuck with this guy.
Appreciate it, boss. Whew. that's my cardio for the night, guys, was those 4 plates. So just moving them over here. Ugh. I'm gonna go put them back now, though. I'm gonna go put them back now.
Very impressive.
Appreciate it. I wish I had a bigger belt. I'd grab a 5th one for a single, but it starts to squeeze the hip after it starts to like drag in on your hip.
All right, I know.
All right. I'm gonna go put this belt up and then we're gonna go chat in the office. So I'll be right back. All right. Let's get to the office, guys.
You done with that? The thing, the rack.
Yeah. I'll peel it off. No, I'll peel it off. No biggie. All right. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go peel that weight down, and then we'll get chatting.
Merch, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a lot of them. I've got a bunch of stuff working right now. Turtles. Sunday.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I can't paint. So. I was kind of excited about the jump.
I literally watched it.
Oh, awesome. Shit.
I wish you screamed, but then I had.
Yeah, there was no good angle the way they had it set up in the crowd with that. It wasn't really impressive with it. I've got some footage and all of that, but I have to finish putting it together. So the first I recorded it upright and then turned it. So yeah. Appreciate it. All right, we're back. We're back. All right, we're in it to win it, guys. Let's chit chat. You guys know how to go. Oh, we haven't seen Jay tonight. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see Jay tonight. All right. I think we saw Mossberg tonight. Of course, we saw David. I think Chase was in here for a little while. Of course, Brennan them. Petra, all them. Whew. All right, I'm back, guys. We're running again. We're running again. Those 4 plates felt good, guys. Felt good. If I had a bigger belt, I think we could get 5 plates. I think we could get 5 plates. Yeah, my bench right now is 355. I think you know that, Bando. You've been here long enough to know that. 355 at the moment. We hit that recently. I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. So. Not my gig. Not a smoker. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't smoke and I don't drink. No, nope, never had that. That sounds awful. That sounds terrible. Hopefully you recover quick. I'm vaguely on call. I'm vaguely on call for this gym. I'm a full-time fitness coach, but most of my income comes from lifting. So I get paid for powerlifting. I get paid to go to competition. I get paid to go to competition. I get paid to lift in other ways, but all of my income is centric around strength. So, or almost all of my income. I'm on call here to some extent. Like I'm an on-call manager. Does that make sense? So, like I have a specific list of tasks I do every month for a certain chunk of money, and that's what we do. So, it's very, very, very much not my primary income. And then I've got my clients. I have a list of clientele that I train. So. No, I'd have to move anywhere. Just here, locally. Very much so. Very much livable, yes. I live pretty well. I live pretty well. Not my gig. I like my powerlifting. I like my strength sports. So, a money spread? I don't know what you're talking about. I put my money in useful places, all right? I put my money in useful places. But I also have, a large family. So I also have a large family. So, I have 3 children. So I have 3 children and a wife. So my income manages to support all of that. So in the creatine investment, that's it, right? No, most of it goes into I do pretty well, guys. I do pretty well. I'm not going to go into my income details, but I do pretty well. I don't do bad. Hey, Jay's here. I did not go to college, no. I did have schooling after regular primary schooling, but not college specifically. But yeah, my coaching career has taken me done me pretty well. So I take creatine and pre-workout, that's it. I don't take anything outside of those. So, I'm a certified fitness coach. So I'm certified in training and nutrition. I'm a certified glute specialist. I have a group training certification. I'm mostly training related. So it kind of like a trade school. Fitness is my trade. Does that make sense? Yeah. Hold on. You guys want to see? I'm like legitimately certified in glutes specifically. It was a whole class school on just glutes. I've got the certification. I actually have my certificates up here. Hold Yeah. Hold on, let me cover up some of my personal information. Hold on, let me see if I can get that. Legitimately certified glute specialist. I am certified in glutes. Certified in glutes. I'm a certified glute specialist. So, I'll tell you right now, if you want to build a butt, I'm certified in it. Certified in it. It happens a lot, Tim. It happens a lot. It's a pretty in-demand thing. All right, let me get back down. I'm full. Yeah. I don't travel very often, no. I don't travel very often. Yeah, believe it or not, I have an entire program developed just to build glutes. I have a glute program. It is a pretty extensive glute program actually. It'll think about it, guys. Glutes are one of those muscle groups that help with so much. They are part of like every movement. They're one of those muscles that people neglect, and then they end up getting injured because they're not strong enough in that area. Especially men. Men tend not to work their glutes as much, so it's one of their weaker points. So you want to keep your deadlift and your squat moving safely, you need strong glutes. So cannot ignore your glutes. I saw Jay pop in for like 30 seconds. Jay, where are you at? You hiding from us? They are, but some people, so it's not uncommon, Psycho, for glutes to be an area that people have imbalances. So, especially, so glutes are one of the, think about it. The majority of working Americans or really, I would say working Americans, I can't speak for every country, but most countries, people sit for work now, right? They're sitting constantly in office chairs. We have a lot of people that sit. Truck drivers, almost anything. People are very sedentary. They sit super often now. And when you're sitting all day, you're not getting the proper, movement for that area. They're neglected. So people tend to have, low back pain. They tend to have hip pain. And those areas are usually because a lot of the time that pain is stemmed from weak glutes. You think about your glutes activate every time you stand up, sit down, turn left, turn right, your glutes are active for everything you do. Isn't awesome? So I'm not going to do any gaming content review, Zero. I have played Squad though. Squad is a top tier game. Squad is a top tier game. I will say that. But I'm not going to do a content review on stream. But I've played a lot of Squad. I put a lot of hours into Squad. So good game, but not the channel's aesthetic. I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, guys. But we're gonna call it here in a minute, guys. We're gonna call the stream here in just a minute. I need to go get some sleep. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I'll have to send the Discord link in the community posts. So you'll see it pop up as a community post tonight, MPC. But I'll send it as soon as we get done here. So, because I've got to pull it up, and I don't have it on the laptop. I've only got it on the phone. So, or I've got it at home, but I will put it up on the community posts like as soon as I get off here. So. All right, I appreciate you guys being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back on about 10, 11 o'clock. We'll be benching again tomorrow, so it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time. But appreciate y'all being here, and I'll see y'all then. God bless.